On young players and teams' way, they meet a huge number of obstacles and challenges. Unfortunately, most of the guys can't cope with it and give everything up without reaching even half of the way. The main reason for this is the lack of experience and knowledge. How to create a team? What kind of relationship inside the team do they need? How to overcome the bitterness of losers and move on? How to achieve the desired results? And many don't even know where to start their career. But the most important thing that everyone who wants to achieve good results should know is that being a professional gamer today means being a workaholic, being strong and forceful man with the road inside, and being prepared to take risks. That's the only way, and no other way is good enough.
It has to be hobby at the beginning, because if they treat it as a job, they might fail and they will say, oh, I'm not good at it, I played 2 years and I'm not at the top. And it's not that way. You need to play like, if you look at the scene, what players are playing in the majors. It's not the players who play 1, 2, 3, 5 years. It's always the player who plays at least 10 years or 7, 8, 12, 15. Depends how early he started, but at the beginning you need to treat it as a hobby. Like I said before, you play with the friends. Then if you want to become pro, every one of us, of a team of the players, started like this. So first of all, he went to the internet coffee, because like before it was like this. He was playing with the friends. Then let's say he was the best from his friends, so he tried to find also the good players. Then he was the best from these 5 players. He created new team or joined someone, and it's always going like this, same as sports and esport. Like the best player always goes far.
Hard for me to tell young players how to grow now, because I'm from the different age, you know. When I was starting, it was 14 years ago or 15 years ago, so it was totally different for me than nowadays. I feel that nowadays there are so many other ways. Like you can play the game on your own and you can reach like the global elite in matchmaking, and you will learn so much from the game. Then you can jump into the deathmatch or aim up. You can fix your aim so much faster than we could do it in our times. In our times there was only free-for-all servers. There was no deathmatch. Like deathmatch was something like, whoa, this is crazy. I die and I respawn and I can play again. This was magic. So currently young players have so many more possibilities, opportunities to actually get skilled. So the aim is there, but now they just need to find the correct mindset and just find people with correct mindset and tell them to practice. Tell them to play.
I think since Counter-Strike is a team game, the most important part is to find your team, whom you're gonna play with. Because together with the team, you evolve faster than as you would be playing by yourself. You talk to other people, learn with them, and go through your mistakes, and that makes you move on much faster as you would learn only by yourself. If you win something or if you lose, you just play more and try to work more and harder. And finally, people will see you're good, I guess. That's how it was here with us, with me.
Dawaj! The same for everyone. Like if you start from the beginning, you need to invest in yourself. So if you go to local LAN, you need to, let's say if it's in your town, you need to, even if you play, you need to buy mouse, you need to buy keyboard, headset, mousepad, computer, monitor. No one will give it to you until you're a good player and you deserve it. So you buy your devices. Then if you go to the LAN, you need to buy train tickets, bus tickets, or pay for the accommodation. And it has to be you who invest in yourself, because you need to prove someone that you are worth to get that pay. So like for me, I was playing 3 or 4 years in the Poland until I joined PGS. Like I was playing already like 6 years, but I was playing in the top 2, 3, 4 teams in Poland for like 3 or 4 years. Then I joined the PGS, the previous team, to Neo and TES, and for that 3 years period, I had to pay by myself every time. So then it was worth to invest in myself, because then I got paid for every single LAN, I got salary, and that's worth. Like, what I mean, you can't start playing with thinking, where are the sponsors? Why no one is paying me yet? You need to prove yourself. You need to prove the sponsors that you are worth. And it's not like sponsor is coming, suddenly you get thousands of euro salaries. They pay you everything, give you PC. First of all, they give you like, let's say 25% of. They buy you train and accommodation, but you pay food. Then they pay you everything, but they take like half of your winning incomes. Then, if you win another LAN, they give you 100% of your, or 80, whatever they like, of your prize money. It also depends how good you are and how quick is it growing.
It's extremely hard for young players nowadays to understand that gaming is not getting paid after 3 months of playing. When we started playing games, it was, let's say, 5 or 6 years without getting anything, or getting, I don't know, 3 hours on the computer, not paying anything to the chief in the internet cafe. And we really appreciated that, and we learned how to actually appreciate the smallest things. And nowadays we have a lot more money in esports. It looks that it's so beautiful and easy, but trust me, to succeed you really need to have the drive which is beyond money. You cannot have drive to win and think about money in 3 months. It's just something you need to forget at the beginning. You need to start from the start. You need to scratch it out.
Not think about yourself only, but about the team. And I think that's the biggest quality of a player here. You need to know how to work with other people.
Życiówka. Very good.
Raz, dwa,
Better than that.
3 dziesiątki, 4 dziewiątki i 2 siódemki. Ładnie.
And one miss.
They need to have a will to win. Like, they need to believe in themselves, and always, like, if you lose, you need to come back home, figure out what you did wrong, what could you do better, and play as much as, not as much as you can, but it's also not about just playing, it's about thinking while you're playing. What should you do better, how to shoot, how to counter-attack, how to do strats. It's also about thinking, because you can waste, like, in 100 hours of practice, you can learn like 20 hours. But if you talk before the game, what we're gonna do, let's train this, let's train this, let's train that, or whatever, you will learn more in short time than just playing freelancer for 100 hours.
It's also hard to find 5 people who are actually skillful and they're friendly enough to get with each other in great manner. So whoever is able to do it, then big respect towards the players, and they're extremely lucky.
The higher you want to go, there are more conflicts. Like, the higher you want to have your position, the more money you earn, the more problems you have. It's like that. So being professional player is not that easy job, because like I said before, you have a lot of problems. Like, you need to argue with your friends, so it's not that easy like to argue with your girlfriend, to your wife, mother, whoever you love. And we're trying to solve the problems. Like, we maybe this time, since I joined the team, we don't argue that much, but we talk. This is open talk for everyone. Everyone can share his mind, his vision, and we just come into the conclusion and choosing the best way.
I always felt that having 5 players who are friends with each other is the best way to go in any sports, or actually in Counter-Strike. I always felt that if you are losing, it's easier because you are not losing with enemies inside the team and outside the team. You are losing with friends, and it's easier for you to fix your mistakes because you will not go aggressive on people you like. You will go more like, okay man, we need to fix this and that, but you know what, let's drink a beer and then we will talk about it.
The most important part is to just keep during the game, keep the things you don't like outside and just focus on the game and do your job. Because if you bring your problems to someone else to the game, problems with someone else to the game, it can ruin your game. So until you can avoid that, it's still okay.
Easier to fix your mistakes and keep your morale high when you have people who like to spend time with each other than to actually be in a team where you can play great together, you can have great chemistry in a game, but there is no team in the team. Like if you have 5 players who actually dislike each other or they don't see any kind of interest in talking with each other, you'll find yourself in a bad spot when you start losing. When we finished the game and we lost the game and we made some mistakes which we actually regret, it's usually very hard to talk in a team if it's a hard loss. Everything depends on the situation. Was it a loss we expected, or was it a loss that we don't know why or what happened? Or in the worst case scenario, we know that someone did some things which actually were bad for a team, but we usually don't try to find a person because of which we lost. We try to always think about ourselves. At least that's what I'm always trying to say to my team after we lost games, that everyone had bad rounds. It's not that we had like, I don't know, Bialy or Snacks or I don't know, Neo had bad round or bad situation. It's just if they made a mistake in one round, then there was still 14 or 29 rounds when they didn't make mistake or someone else did mistakes. So we always try to evaluate what happened.
Now I'm trying to have the whole team together, to talk together, so everyone can reveal what did he wrong, what he could do better, and then we're trying to find solution. Like let's say once when we lost the King win in Valencia 16-0, I arranged an appointment in mine and Pasha room. So we spoke for like 2 or 3 hours. We came up with the ideas. Everyone wrote the ideas on the paper, what he would like to do, like 2 roles each. And we swapped sniper, for example, to Neo. We changed in-game leading back to Taz. Like we know who's like second in-game leader inside the game. How many things should I say to the team during the game? How much to prepare before the game? So in Poland we say like every defeat you turn around into the success.
What I learned from my experience and playing for many years, the worst thing you can do in a team, so this is for young players actually, this is for you boys, when you have a team and you are a captain or you really want to win and you do tactics, don't try to put everything on one person, or don't try to talk about mistakes freshly after the defeat. because the energy which is in you and the adrenaline which is pumping into you makes you think less intelligent. Like you get more annoyed, you get more angry, you get really into bad spot with your teammates. What you can do is to actually sit down and ask everyone to watch a demo together, or maybe just ask them to each everyone by himself, and then they will learn from it. But if you really want to help or fix a mistake, talk with everyone by one. Don't talk in a team. Don't try to say, okay, Snacks, you made a mistake in this round. You shouldn't do it, because it may backfire to you. They may then tell you that you did mistakes in this and that round. So it is a very tricky situation, and you always need to feel and think for yourself, what would you like to be treated like in this situation? Do you want them to tell you straight away that it was your mistake, or maybe you want to take it calm? So my advice to young players is to always take your defeats very calmly and try to discuss it with your teammates even a few hours later.
Right now we have a good chemistry and good atmosphere in the team, so people are open and they are not afraid of saying they did wrong, and it helps the team to keep being strong and keep moving on. So it's pretty easy for us to say what went wrong and what we need to do better next time.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure you want to get together your team, get started and warm up today. Panowie i dziewczyny, liczymy na wasze wsparcie cały czas, każda runda, każdy kill. Mam nadzieję, że będzie was słyszeć.